So Wood versus Boynton case was basically about a seller who sold a unknown stone to a buyer. Neither one of them knew what type of stone it was or what its value was. Um, Later, the seller discovers that the stone is actually worth like 700, about $700. Um, After that, I guess he tried to regain um, ownership of the stone, but the buyer refuses to return the stone to the seller. Um, so the seller files an action to regain possession of the stone. So the court the court directed verdict, holding that the only reason for him wanting to get repossession of the stone, um, the court the court directed verdict, holding that the only reason for or to revoke or cancel a sale was that they are guilty of some fraud in actually in the sale of in the sale made. Oh my gosh, it had to be like, okay, so basically, um he wasn't forced or talked into selling it, or they wasn't forced or talked into buying it. So that was one of the reasons, and that there would have to be a mistake made by the vendor in delivering an item that was not the item that was sold, as in the item that was sold was supposed to be something completely different, and they gave them something else which was worth more. So like a mistake in fact, as the identity of the item sold. So the issue is revoking the sale of the stone valid for the reason that the assessed value was higher than the selling price. So, is it basically, the question is, are they right for wanting it back just because they found out they sold it less than what it's worth? The court, well, the answer is no to that question. So the court found no mistake of the fact and established that both parties during the sale were ignorant to the value of the stone. So also that the court said that the seller failed to make out a case for either reasons for revoking the sale. So there was no mistake in the item being sold, and there was no fraud being made. So of course there was no reason for him to get back the item that he sold.